as programs sincedisa ngazo ECDC zininzi, and unfortunately andizuqala ngemali. Yeah, ndizawuqala ngelicala non-financial support, because before uqala business funeka kwenziwe assessment, kuncedwe wena mntu uzaba ijoki ihashe eli. Ndizawuqala apho kuqala. But what we normally do, we will do an advisory session. We sit down with you. We don't want to talk business in a hall like this or in a class like this, because the business has got different needs. So we'll know from there, but what is your second step? For example, most entrepreneurs, they have ideas. And I must tell you today, an idea is not business. Are we together? What we're interested in as ECDC is the business opportunity within that idea. Are we together? Ne? You have an idea, but what we want to know as ECDC, what are you selling? That's number one. The product that you're selling. What fixtures do you have in that product? And most importantly, how much does it cost you to make that particular product? There are so many cases where we assist people. When you start to calculate the cost and price, the business is actually making a loss of maybe, for example, R1. If it's making that still water, it's making R1 loss per product. If you sell at a loss, what happens? Your business doesn't, you're not going to grow. So what we normally do in that session, we want to discover those important factors. And at the end of the day, I'm going to send you back to go and do the work. I'm not doing your research on behalf of the entrepreneur. And also I use that as an assessment of your commitment. If you come back, I know that you show signs of being an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship journey is the hardest journey than being employed. So if you can do simple things to do research on how much does it cost you to make one brick, if you're making bricks, you need to make good estimates of your sands, your concrete. If you can't do that, you're not ready for the next step. You can't have a business plan if you don't know how much is your margin. Are we together? The most important thing in business, you need to know exactly how much does it cost you per unit. Because how are you going to negotiate discount if you don't know your prices? Yeah, I'm emphasizing on this because it's quite important. It is an information that you're going to take to your business plan. Because people are worried about business plans. We're not worried about business plans, we're worried about the content inside that business plan. And unfortunately, if you don't know that, I don't take you to the next stage. My next stage will be, for example, we assist people with business plans. You need a business plan. You want to buy a franchise. You want to sell, maybe you've got a contract maybe with VW, you want to sell windows. Because we only do business plans when you have at least letters of intent. We don't even like letters of intent. We want off-take agreements. Because letters of intent are very emotional document. Your friend will write to say, well, I will buy from you. When you start to open the shop, you say, no, I don't have money. But off-take agreement is different. It's a commitment to say, we Pick and Pay, we ShopRite, we Spar, we're going to buy so many cabbages, or we're going to buy so much potatoes per week, per day. Are we together? There is a difference between letter of intent and an offtake agreement. We can take letters of intent, but you need many so that we limit the risk. But an offtake agreement can be one from one particular supply. I know OSPA, they even buy, even if you have a small garden at home, for vegetables. Sometimes they allow you to deliver. If you have more, they come and fetch your vegetables. I'm just making an example. I'm not saying I'm giving you ideas. So what we normally do, okay, once we show about the idea, it's no longer an idea, it's an opportunity. We can help you in a number of things. You see there we have accounting services, we have quality management, assistance like Yufuna, Indofana, SAPS. You are in training, you need accreditations. Mr. Joga have mentioned that I think we have done a number of things, but it has been a long journey. It comes once in 6 months, you're looking for this, it comes again, because the business is growing. Yeah. So as ECDC, we work with you in this chain. We also assist in due diligence. What is that? You want to buy into a business. Let's say you want to buy into that spa that is there. You want to buy 51%, or you want to buy a garage or a business that has been there, or a white man that you were working for is retiring. You want to buy. What we normally do, we do a desktop analysis first. You bring us your offer to purchase. You bring us your 3-year financial statements. What we want to see the value that the business is being sold is a fair value against the net asset value of the business. It happens a lot that people, they want to buy into business without looking at the financials. I remember there was a business in PE, I won't mention the name, but is selling bricks. And they were selling their business, I think, for, at the time, 20 million. And the guys that wanted to buy the business were, there were a number of guys, I think it was cooperative. And there was a political pressure as well for us to look at this deal. I went there, I did my assessment. I couldn't see the 20 million in the business, but just by looking at the books and at the asset outside. But what we did, we assigned an external company to do an assessment. The actual value of that business was 7 million. But remember, after 1994, there are so many deals of that nature that happened because we didn't have capacity. Even the state didn't have capacity, even agencies, they didn't have capacity. We finance you on the basis of emotions, you see? Now, what happens if you buy 20 million business, it's worth 7 million. You start with the liability of 12 million in that business. Are we together? So hence it's important to have a mentor, whether it's individual person or it's from CEDA, from whatever. But before you take any decision in business, speak to someone, even if that someone is in New York. Yeah. So basically, these are services that we're helping people that are in business, be it a startup, be it a new idea, but it must be transformed into an opportunity. Yeah. And then now I'm going to go into money. Yeah, this is one of our products. We call it Imvaba. This product is for co-ops, cooperatives. that are in business. And this is not a loan, it is an incentive, but it's not a grant, but you don't bring it back. It's an incentive because we want it to incentivize your business, to stimulate your business, so that you create jobs. Are we together? And then this money, it used to be a loan and a grant before. 70, it was 70-30, but now it has been changed. It's just 100% incentive. We can assist a startup co-op, but that co-op should have a market, an offtake agreement, and should have a place where it is operating. You don't have to be existing. To us, you are existing if you've had a market, even if you haven't started. Business is securing customers. Yeah. And the maximum amount is 600, but it was changed recently because we are struggling. We don't have money. They say, instead of closing it, let's say 400,000. It's 400,000 now. Okay. Yeah. And then these are requirements: application form, business plan, certified list of founding members, valid tax clearance, and also we'll need quotations because it is machinery based. We don't finance maybe stock. We can finance stock up to 30%, and lease agreement when it's necessary. As I've mentioned, the letters of intent for potential market. And I've mentioned most that letter of intent is good, but if you can get an offtake agreement, it will strengthen your case. Because an offtake agreement has got quantities and numbers in terms of price. Because you don't want to have an offtake agreement when you start to deliver, you have not negotiated price up front. The guy start to change. It happened. I remember there was a client, he was supposed to supply VW, and everything was set up. He was supplying windows. And the price on the day that's supposed to deliver, the price changed, 45 rand change. It was quite high. So I'm saying, be careful when you're negotiating a offtake agreement. Don't do it for the sake of getting funding from ECDC. You see? Well, sometimes most of our businesses, of our people, including myself, we start businesses because we need support. We don't start businesses because we believe that there is a market. Yeah, we need to change that narrative to say, you rather focus more on getting people that are going to buy. And I've said I was in Port Alfred doing training last week. I've noticed one thing when it comes to us. When we're doing market analysis, we tend to do it focusing PE local, Eastern Cape. But with the social media and other things, you need to remove those caps. Wherever you are, don't limit your market. Your market should be in South Africa, not unless you're getting enough market here in the Eastern Cape, you don't have capacity. So I'm saying, I've noticed that we tend to focus too much in our local surrounding. Whilst we have better transport systems in South Africa through ABSA and others. Yeah, government has not been doing well in terms of delivery, but the private sector is coming in. Even taxis now are taking parcels. Erangeni, you send a parcel, you pay 150 rand. Although I see they don't take that business very serious, and they're losing. Somebody else is going to take that business of delivering goods from one place to another, very serious. I normally use it because I'm in the retail space on my other life. I use Pepsi, but when there is emergency, I use taxi because it's one day. Are we together? So what I want you to do, I want you, when you start to think your business, yes, your headquarters might be in Udnik, but your market might be in Limpopo, you see? So as I'm saying, in my other life, in my other business, I'm shocked that my biggest market came to, our business came to Cape Town instead of Eastern Cape. The biggest market is in Cape Town. The second business is in the eastern side of the Eastern Cape, East London, King Williamstown. I don't know why, you see? But now, if we had limitations, we were going to be closed by now. Okay. Yeah. This one talks to businesses that are struggling, businesses that are distressed. This is job fund. What you normally do there, job fund, we as ECDC, we finance you, we incentivize your business for each and every employee that you have employed. And you should have at least 5 employees, and they must be registered in the UIF. And it's 10,000 per employee. So if you've got about 33 employees, how many? 33 times 10,000. Huh? 300? Yeah. We recently did last year 130. There was a company in Udnik that has employed about 130. How much is 130 times 10? It's 1.3, no? Yeah. And that money is not for employees. It stimulates your business. It just goes to the bank account of your business. You've been paying employees already, isn't it? Yeah, it's up to you, okay, if you want to give them bonus. Yeah. Yeah, this is it. The company should be in operation at least 2 years, should be operating in the Eastern Cape, and its minimum is 5 employees. You must be paying UIF. I need UIF numbers of your employees. And then the company shareholders must be 100% South Africans. Employees must be 100%, 70% South Africans. You see, you know, most of the employees now, they're mixed. Some of them are coming from other countries for reasons that we don't know. But okay, we're saying now we need 70%. Okay. Yeah, there is the money. It's 10,000. And the maximum number of jobs is 250. Yeah. And one of the most important criteria or indicators, the business should be under distressed. So you should be at least struggling somehow. Yeah. If you're doing well, don't come. We need. Yeah. Yeah. This is almost the most important one. It talks to townships, township and rural. This is what we call STRAP. This is what is making us so busy these days. And the maximum amount that you can apply for there, it used to be 150,000. It has been changed to 75,000. And 2 things that we need. Your business should be in the township, must be operating at least 12 months, which means it's a year. We will need a proof. I know most of the SMMEs, they don't want to bank, which is a problem. I always say, open the business account, open business name, have a logo of your business. Very important. Don't have a business without a logo. Because you know most outside, you see ABSA, you see FNB, you see Rembrandt, you see Rama. You know most some of the old white companies, they don't use logo for whole company. They have logo for a product. It's one company that is owning FNB and ShopRite. I'm just making an example. But they have different logo for each line of business. So you need to decide, don't mix a logo, construction with ne butcher. You see? Yeah, even when they market, they sponsor using different names. You see, this day, you never see the word Rembrandt, but FNB is part of that. Hence, when you go to engine garage, they ask you, do you have points? What is that? Yeah, it's the same company, eh? Yeah. Yeah, so okay, I'm saying even for you guys, you need to do the same. So you should be in business at least 12 months. I'm saying you should also have a bank account. Two reasons why you must have a bank account. When you're looking for funding, when you're banking in your bank, you've got better credibility at ABSA because they know that your business, they don't have to ask you if your business is operational. They can see it. You see? So they can tell you, we can offer you overdraft, we can offer you credit card, but based on the performance, not necessarily profit, because the bank doesn't normally show profit. It shows money in, money out. And also it becomes your source of your financial statements. Because for me, I only withdraw my annual statements and send them to my accountant. So I don't have to worry. But he will see that, hey, other day you swiped in Joburg, you swiped at the restaurant. What was that? Was it your salary? Or what was it? So I will say, no, it's located to my salary or located to drawings, you see? So a bank account is it's actually the actual business because it's an indicator of your company. If you don't have, we're going to struggle. Even in this product, we need that 12 months bank statement. If you don't have, bring us cash book, but we don't like cash book because we're not assisting you if you're using cash book and then you're not banking. Okay. Yeah. These ones, I'm going to run to them. I will show you only this one. This funding is for purchase orders. If you have a contract, you have a purchase order that you can't service, you can come to ECDC. We will borrow you the money. It's not incentive, we borrowing in English. I give you and then you bring it back. You see? With interest. Yeah, well, we do about 7%. And also make sure that you bring us the original purchase order. Because these people are creating bogus purchase orders. And then they tell you where to buy the material, give you the account. There are so many people that have been robbed. A guy, you will get in your email, you get your, what is it? You get an RFQ, you complete it quickly, you get a purchase order. And then they tell you where to buy the shoes, and then where to pay. And then when you come to assess, you check, there is no business like that. People have lost 200,000, 150. They came to our offices. But we do assist from 10,000 to 3 million, depending on the needs. Yeah. And then we have, it's almost the same product, but this one talks to construction. Maybe you're building a bridge, you're building a school, and the amount there is 350, but for construction, there is a product as well that talks to 20 million. If you're building a big school, we can finance you. But we will charge you at least prime rate there, prime plus or prime minus. Yeah. Basically, those are requirements for those products, the purchase orders. Most importantly is invoices and confirmation letter from the department and other documents of your business. So immediately, I've changed my strategy, I've changed my mind. I even do business in Durban, same government. So I think it's the same attitude that you need. If you fight government, fight strategically, so that when they talk about your name, two things, you're aggressive, but you're also soft. Yeah, I'm just giving you as an advice. Yeah, because if you fight only, oh, it's coming again. Any questions, this one?
1,000 rand in your bank account. And even if you get the 150,000, right, now you've got a problem. They want an unencumbered, right, amount of R1 million. Like there's a franchise that I want. And the minimum requirement is you must have this R1 million, right, in order for us to consider your application. Now my question is, obviously I'm going to negotiate with them and say to them, look, I'm applying for funding, right? So I think my main question is to you, is there a document that one obtains after submitting an application for this franchise? Do you get a document that says, we hereby confirm that Uli Yamesh Pty Ltd has applied for funding for this amount and it is at this point being considered? Because those are there are some negotiation tactics that I would need to have. Because unfortunately, these white people will not consider me without the R1 million.
Yeah, thanks, Cecilia. Yeah, I think nobody asked the same thing. I think he's frustrated with the same thing. And unfortunately, at the moment, the policy, it only allows you at ECDC to apply for funding once you have that franchise agreement. But there is nothing that is stopping us to write something to say, we will look at your application. I like that word you use, the tactics, the negotiating tactics, because you need to do that. And then you can come to ECDC and say, ECDC, it's like when you're applying for tender, we make a letter for you to say, there is some space in the tender to say where you're going to get funding from this. We make those letters, but we charge 20 rand. But even when it comes to the franchise, but you need to come prepared, come with the right documentation that I've spoken with these guys. They need this money, this is what they want. But now I need you just to write something to confirm that it is something that you can look at. You see? Yeah, I like that because sometimes we tend to look at things and say, there's a no, and then we stick to that no. You must go around a no to make it a yes, you see? So I love that, but don't say, keep negotiating, but come with something tangible to say.
Yeah, I think my follow-up question to that is, for example, I intend on going back to this franchise because I have spoken to them and saying to them, I understand you won't give me a franchise agreement, right? What other document can we not amend the franchise agreement to say, for example, if I don't get funding within this time period, then this franchise agreement will cease to exist? Because those are the other things, right? Because I don't want to pay 150,000 out of my pocket and then have no business, right? So I would like to pay for the 150,000 and negotiate the terms of the franchise agreement. So I want to understand with ECDC, would they accept a franchise agreement with amended terms? Terms that indicate explicitly that say, if this company does not get this million for the funding, the deal is off the table.
Yes, 100%. Yes. Yes, because I'm saying yes, because we're dependent on your case sometimes. Don't listen to this thing. Even with that franchise, if they are in Cape Town, take a bus to Cape Town sometimes. Go and speak to those guys personally. When you speak on the phone and the email, there is no human there. You must always go back to this thing of previously disadvantaged when you negotiate. They know that already. Yeah, but be yourself, be competent. You see, they already know you're black. Don't keep on telling them, I'm from Youthneck, I'm here to deliver, I'll do better because of ABCD. That's it. So that is an approach, that is an attitude that I'm giving you. But attitude alone doesn't take anyone anywhere. You need to couple with other factors. You see, don't say I've got a good attitude. For church, for what? I don't want that. Funa balance. I want to manage so that we take questions and then we don't take the time of the content of this class.